Good morning. Uh, Today we're going to begin Unit 9, and this would be as if we were having class on 5/20. And it was kind of interesting to me that it said 5/20/20, which reminded me of vision. And people talk about having perfect vision at 20/20. So I decided to look that up and see exactly what that meant because I've always wondered but never knew. So I did. And the phrase 20/20 vision means normal vision. And it means an average person can see an eye chart 20 feet away. So if you've gone to the eye doctor, they ask you to look at a chart, and it's as if you are reading it from 20 feet away. If you can read it at 20 feet away, you have 20/20 vision. But it and it measures the clearness of your vision. So the top number 20 means that you are 20 feet away from the chart. And the bottom that is the distance that a normal person can read. However, if you have 20/30 vision, that means it's worse. The higher the number on the bottom, the worse your vision is going to be, because you can see at 20 what most people can see at 30. You require to be closer what most people can still see at 30 feet. So if your vision is 20/40, that means you have to get to 20 feet in order to see what most people with normal vision can see at 40 feet away. And I also discovered that 40 is the number at which the cutoff number for getting a driver's license. If you cannot see at 20/40 and it's 20/50, then you cannot get a driver's license. So that's a little bit of trivial information that I thought you might enjoy hearing about. So getting back to our information here, this is Salvation. We are in Ventures 3, Unit 9, Part 1. We're going to be starting the book, page 112, and we're going to be starting the workbook on page 102. So what I would like you to do first is to take out your student book and turn to page 109. And here it says, everyone, and I'm assuming that, again, you're reading out loud. Daily living, lesson A, listening. Before you listen, what do you see? What is happening? What's the story? So instead of taking the usual 30 minutes or so to create the sentences around here, I would like you to think of a word, and I would like you to think of at least 3 and possibly 4 words that come to mind when you look at this picture. So picture number 1. Okay, so I'm going to read mine and see how many are the same, and if not, then realize that there are a little bit more. So the first word that I thought of was upset. When I think of upset, I also think of troubled. She looks troubled. Another word, similar, anxious. Another, distressed, which if you are listening to the weather or if you're listening to a news story, you might hear that word distress as a distress call. That means someone is in trouble. They are distressed. Okay, so the other, worried. These are all feeling verbs, feeling words that describe how she might be feeling. What about adjectives that describe what you see in the picture? Anybody put down redhead? Okay. What about couch? Okay. And what about married? Because I see an engagement ring and a wedding ring there. Okay, let's hope that you have some of mine, and I wish I could see yours. Picture number 2, Samantha. Okay, let's go with the emotions. Surprised, alarmed, worried, disturbed, glasses, gray hair, older, senior, possibly mother, right? Okay, number 3, okay, so robber, how about burglar, how about looking into, how about fingerprints or lack of fingerprints? Because he's wearing, that's right, black gloves. Any other words? How about checking out? How about hiding? Or the last one I had was peeping into. So peeping is someone who comes by and pops in and looks into your window. That's called peeping in. Okay, number 4. What vocabulary can you create for number 4? How about, I bet everybody got this one. Mess or messy, right? The next one, I don't know how many people have heard of this, but it's ransacked. Ransacked. To ransack means to go through and throw everything out as if you're looking for something, which of course the burglar or the robber was. What about this one? Disorder. So what's the opposite of disorder? Orderly. Everything is in order. Everything is in its place. This is disorder. Nothing is in its place. So there are lots of individual little items that you can look at. For example, drawers, open drawers, bed, jewelry, jewelry box, clothing. Okay, looking for vocabulary. Number 5. So the first word I thought of was, or words, crime prevention. So what is the root word for prevention? It's prevent. And prevent means to stop something from happening. So crime prevention is what a neighborhood watch is all about. What about safety? Group. What about work together? And the last 2 words that I wrote down are law enforcement. And who is law enforcement? That's right, the police. And neighborhood watches that form work very closely with law enforcement in their community. So they can ask the go to call the police station and ask that there are more patrol cars that patrol the area, patrol the neighborhood to watch for criminals, and just to make sure that the neighborhood is safer. And also, the more connection you have, the more feedback you're going to get from the police, and they'll know exactly where they're going and who to talk to. Okay, so that's page 110. We're going to now turn to page 111, and while you are doing that, we're going to do number 1 says, listen and answer the questions. Who are the speakers and what are they talking about? Here we go.
Unit 9, Daily Living, page 111, exercises 2A and 2B.
Hello?
Samantha, this is Monica.
Monica, I've been waiting for you to call. But, you sound really strange. Are you okay?
Well, actually, no, I'm not. Not at all. Somebody broke into our house tonight.
Broke into your house? That's terrible. When? How?
Well, around 7:30, we went over to the marinas next door to watch a movie. And while we were there, someone broke into our house and robbed us. They stole our TV, DVD player, jewelry, and some cash. I still can't believe it.
Oh, that's awful. How did the robber get in?
He broke a window in the back bedroom. You should see the mess. There's glass all over the floor, and there are books and CDs and clothes all over the place. And, Samantha, they took my mother's ring. I'm so upset.
Oh, Did you call the police?
Of course. They've already been here.
What's happening to our neighborhood? We never used to have so much crime. When the kids were little, we didn't even lock the front door.
Well, I'm just glad we weren't home when it happened.
Oh, Monica, I feel so bad for you. And I'm worried. Did you hear someone robbed Mr. Purdy last week, too, while he was out taking a walk? I think we should start a neighborhood watch program, don't you?
Yeah, we've been talking about that for months. I agree. It's time we finally did it. But right now I have to clean up this mess.
Do you want me to come over, Monica? I could help you clean up.
You're the best, Samantha. Yeah, come as quickly as you can. Thanks.
So to answer question A, questions in section A, who are the speakers? Yes, Samantha and Monica. And what are they talking about? Yes, they're talking about a break-in into Monica's house. So let's listen again to answer section B.
Unit 9. Daily Living. Page 111. Exercises 2A and 2B.
Hello?
Samantha, this is Monica.
Monica, I've been waiting for you to call. But, you sound really strange. Are you okay?
Well, actually, no. Not at all. Somebody broke into our house tonight.
Broke into your house? That's terrible. When? How?
Well, around 7:30, we went over to the marinas next door to watch a movie. And while we were there, someone broke into our house and robbed us. They stole our TV, DVD player, jewelry, and some cash. I still can't believe it.
Oh, that's awful. How did the robber get in?
He broke a window in the back bedroom. You should see the mess. There's glass all over the floor, and there are books and CDs and clothes all over the place. And, Samantha, they took my mother's ring. I'm so upset.
Oh, did you call the police?
Of course. They've already been here.
What's happening to our neighborhood? We never used to have so much crime. When the kids were little, we didn't even lock the front door.
Well, I'm just glad we weren't home when it happened.
Oh, Monica, I feel so bad for you. And I'm worried. Did you hear someone robbed Mr. Purdy last week, too, while he was out taking a walk? I think we should start a neighborhood watch program, don't you?
Yeah, we've been talking about that for months. I agree. It's time we finally did it. But right now I have to clean up this mess.
Do you want me to come over, Monica? I could help you clean up.
You're the best, Samantha. Yeah, come as quickly as you can. Thanks.
Okay, so that was the second listening. And just before, I'm not sure we're going to have time to finish section B in this segment, but we will pick up there when we start the next one. I wanted to know how many people understood everything while they were listening to this tape, part of the tape. So I'm hoping that everyone understood 100%, and especially since we played it 2 times. Okay, so before we only have about 30 seconds left until I have to stop here. So let's go back over and actually read this little sign here for Neighborhood Watch. Everyone, Neighborhood Watch, program in force. We report all suspicious persons and activities to our law enforcement agency. So who is the law enforcement agency? the police. Suspicious. It's not someone who has actually done something, but somebody who looks like they might be getting ready to do something. Okay, we'll pick up on the next little segment.